Never knew a time when you weren't by my side. The one thing I could always count on, always there for me. You've been my family, even when all other hope was gone. But for a while things have seemed so different, like it's the same but so brand new. I can't believe it. When did I start to fall for you? there's a part of me that's desperate for changes, tired of being treated like a pawn. But there's a part of me that stares back from inside the mirror, part of me that's scared I might be wrong, that I can't be strong. Amazing how you conquered me, chained me in serenity, and made me say the world the way you told me to. But I was young and didn't have a way to know the truth. Born to live your legacy, existing just to fill your needs, a casualty of this so-called family that you have turned into a travesty. But I don't intend to suffer any longer. Here's where your dominion falls apart. I'm shattering the mirror that kept me split in pieces, that stood between my mind and my heart. This is where I'll start. I'm not your head, not another thing you own. I was not born to. Justice will be swift. Justice will be painful. It will be
Hey, Chris. May I have some mead?
All me.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to RWBY Recap. Tonight, we are streaming live again, and I am one of your hosts, Josh. Tonight, we have Chandler.
Yep.
We have JD.
Oh, what's up, everybody?
We have Catherine Knight.
Ooh woo.
And James will most likely be coming on in a bit. So,
Where's the mead?
this episode, Lord, this is RWBY Volume 7, Episode 11, or sorry, Episode 12. The penultimate episode of the season, called With Friends Like These. Who needs an enemies?
That's exactly what I said.
But yeah,
Where's the bottle of
this
mead?
this episode, God
Important question.
fucking damn it. 18 minutes, or 16 minutes if you don't count the opening and ending. Not happy. I definitely hope next episode, the final episode, is at least 30 minutes, if not an hour. Because how the fuck do you end season 7 in 18 minutes?
They'll probably do what they did with season 3 and make it like a 30-minute episode.
Oh,
which will then trigger my fight or flight response.
It's like, no, someone's gonna die. Our baby's gonna die.
When we get to that point in this podcast, I will tell you my worries and concerns.
Oh yes. So
Yeah.
this
Isn't
episode,
that the B in the logo now has a slash through it?
Oh yeah.
I still say that's something that Crunchyroll did. But anyways,
Yeah, we gotta
So
remember-
this
We gotta
episode.
remember Volume 5 though.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey
Wes
James.
got the
Hello.
Wes got fucking murked.
Okay, yeah. So this episode we're gonna be doing a little different. We're gonna be talking. We're gonna be discussing each individual scene to its completion. So we're gonna be discussing the RWBY versus Aesop's team battle, the Juniper versus Neo, the Winter and Penny scene, and then the Crow versus Tyrion versus Clover scene. So we'll get to all your favorite bits, all of the hated bits in due time. So first and foremost, RWBY and Aesop's. God damn, this scene was fucking fantastic. I loved this fight between them. I really did.
Yeah. I especially kind of loved Ruby's big dick moment where she's just like,
Yes, her fucking you were, and then you trained us
exactly. I'm just like, oh snap!
like my baby. There she is.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest fucking burn.
Her Tai Yang was showing.
Yes.
It's like Ruby, your Tai Yang is showing.
Oh wait,
Woo.
sorry, zips up.
Oh dear.
I definitely enjoyed this fight because, oh my god, just
We
it's just so much.
get to see the fight that we all basically knew was coming.
Yeah.
it's faster.
Yep, that is true.
Rose or the hair?
I have to say, ever since
Her hair reminds me of Herdier, the Pokemon. That's just a dog.
ever since we saw Harriet, I very much disliked her. This makes me hate her.
Me too.
I don't hate her, but like she's definitely not my favorite of the Ace Ops, which sucks because I liked her design, but like the cockiness and overconfidence of her, it kind of drives me a little nuts. But
She's like very
I'm
much
there
a
with ya.
bitch.
Oh, I know, right? I wasn't the only one thinking that.
Yeah, they all.
Yeah,
have
I love
well,
her
Clover
design,
has a
but
bit of
she's
an
very
arrogant streak to
too
him,
much a
too.
bitch.
yeah, like they're all pretty damn arrogant. Like even Elm's pretty arrogant, but that's the Elysian thing, honestly.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean, out of the characters that I don't like in this season, it's Harriet, her attitude, and also Robin, because she's so stubborn. I'm just like, oh my god, you're worse than the Chosen One in Star Wars. It's like you're too
Get some
emotional.
sand,
God damn
get in
it.
your pants.
I
You hate
like
things.
I like Robin. I totally get where she's coming from, but like she also definitely acts out on her emotions.
It's all
but
ego.
Here's the thing.
It's all ego. She doesn't give a shit.
They're all kind of acting out an emotion right now, to be quite honest with you.
The only real good boy is Marrow, because he's a good boy.
Arrow, yeah.
He's a good boy.
He was like one of the only ones who was like, "Hey guys, we're not here to kill them. We're here to take them in." Like,
Yeah.
bruh.
Harriet's,
it's like
Harriet's
Harriet-
just like, bruh, kill him if you have to. I'm
And
just
his
like,
fighting style really is just trying to stop a fight.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Just go,
yeah.
stop, stay.
Cause-
He's like, god damn it, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, because in the episode where Tyrion slaughters everybody, he even says like, "This wasn't us." Like he knows that they're better than that, but like he has to do what he has to do because he's under orders.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't make another Fauna Seal. Not in Atlas.
Yeah, no. I like the fight between Yang, Elm, and Blake and Stretchy Guy.
Vine.
yeah.
Vine.
Stretch Armstrong.
Oh, Vine. I I was gonna call him not Mr. Fantastic.
No, Mr. Fantastic. Yeah.
Stick.
Oh god.
Mr.
But I like
Fantastic,
mine
if he was
better.
really pretentious college student who got really into Buddhism.
Isn't that
You
Mr.
do that.
Fantastic?
Or that, or if Mr. Fantastic went to join the monks of where Doctor Strange is.
Oh
Oh
jeez.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
That's a crossover I could definitely get behind on.
Same.
You just hear him go, I've come to bargain.
That's what they're gonna do to Salem. Ruby's gonna walk up. Salem, I've come to bargain.
Here's $5. Please fuck off.
I have $3.
We have Oscar Ospin here. Just
No one's been
just
paying
take
us.
him.
We've been
You
starving
know,
for
I
money.
mean, I'm not that depraved, but
Salem, I have standards. That is a boy. Like
When she's done, he'll be a man.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
He's done.
And we're banned.
You mean we weren't before?
Like
Oh,
we care.
jeez.
That's my job.
No, Oscar deserves Neon.
Oh yeah, because she was kind of no. Neon was the one that kind of flirted with him after they trained.
Yeah, Neon flirts with anything that moves. Let's be real.
Yeah, this is true.
She flirted like crazy with Yang too,
Yeah,
even though she was
true.
being a total freaking bitch at the same time.
Tsundere.
Yeah. Oh,
Tsundere. Like
I
that.
loved Weiss and her Dwight the Knight.
Throughout
Mhm.
the night.
And something that my friends pointed out, like, she knows that she's very slow to summon, so she used everything else to her advantage to summon
Yeah.
the knight.
Mhm.
That was a marked improvement from Volume 5 when she kept trying to summon, and Vernal was just like, yeah, I'm not about that life, fam.
Yeah, yeah, and that my
That wasn't
my
smart
girl.
on her part, but they've gotten better. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do like her speech. Like after that, whenever Marrow's like, "You Shnees are used to getting everything that you want," and then she's like, "No, this is my home, and I will do anything to protect it." I'm just like, "Yes, Queen. Let's protect the Queen."
I don't hate Weiss anymore. That's a good thing to say. Because
hated
God
Weiss.
damn, I hated her for so long.
What?
she was actually
garbage.
my favorite in Team
For
RWBY
years.
for a
Now she's
while. And I like her character growth. I think out of most of Team RWBY, she's probably one of the more developed characters.
Oh yeah. She's the most for me.
Like if you watch Volume 1 Weiss and compare it to now, she's a completely different person, and it's good. It's very
Volume
good
1
shit.
Weiss, total bitch. Volume 7 Weiss, cinnamon roll.
Still has a bite to her, which is what I like. Is they kept her bite, but they've made her a lot more of a person.
Yeah, and I mean, Blake has had some development, like from. I mean, like her personality maybe has changed more. In my opinion,
Blake
like,
and Yang both have gotten more development as well, and RWBY is now like since season 6 has finally been like really getting development, and like I'm really starting. I liked RWBY, but not as much as the rest of them, and now I'm really starting to like RWBY.
She's really grown as a leader.
Mm-hmm.
yes, very much.
Yeah, I do have an overarching problem with this whole thing though. Is that, and y'all probably did talk about it last week. I didn't tune in last week though. But Ironwood's totally right. Like I hate to say it, but Team RWBY's plan would get everyone killed. Like,
I mean,
I think that kind of goes without.
wrong, and you're
I
not
think it
right
kind.
at the same time.
I think it. I mean, I think Ironwood is a bit.
They have the power of
paranoid, yes.
friendship on their side.
I mean, yes,
And
Ironwood is a
possibly
bit.
anime.
Ironwood is a bit paranoid, but at the same time, it's like, but he's doing the right thing in that he's trying to save as many people as he possibly can. He knows that Salem's coming. His army's exhausted. He's personally exhausted. They don't have the forces to even begin to stand up to Salem or defend a relic or defend the maiden. And so he's like, hey, here's the thing. We got one maiden on Atlas right now that we can trap on Atlas and kill her, probably. Track her down and get her power. So we then would have two maidens and by the extension 2 relics, and a lot of our population would be out of the reach of Salem, and we can retreat, regroup, and strike back harder. It's like, well, that makes perfect sense. Like, I know that it sucks to sacrifice
it
Mansell, but it's like,
does.
well, if you stay and fight, everyone will die.
It does, but I feel like he is acting like a cornered animal rather than acting as a general with 2 council seats and has a shit ton of power. He's acting out of fear. But also, I had this discussion that really nobody's in the right now. Everyone's acting out on their raw emotion, and it's gonna end up kicking all of their asses in the end.
Basically, they're pretty much falling into what Salem wants them to.
Which is exactly what.
Yeah,
that's what RWBY said.
They're basically becoming
divided.
Divided, and I kind of gotta agree. Like, we need to. I feel like they need to retreat right now. Like,
yeah.
This is the time where,
like as of right now, I can totally see Salem winning the battle. Next episode.
My prediction is that season 8's gonna be trying to bring together Atlas again and rebuild and push the bad guys out, and then they're probably gonna try going after Vic, which will trigger RWBY to pursue Team RWBY and like crew to pursue him to Vacuo.
You think it would probably be similar to almost like a battle sequence of Helm's Deep? I think that'd be dope.
Be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like. I love that in the fight scene, Yang and Blake are working together. Also, Blake looks more nimble and cat-like.
Yeah.
Very agile.
I love that we finally get to see Yang's semblance even more.
Yeah, she's definitely like developed it, which is good because she was kind of just recklessly using it while she was at Beacon, then took her dad's advice, and now she's more tactical than she was before.
Like here, you get to see her use her semblance. She just demolishes the floor, and that allows her and Blake to take out Elm.
That was a cool shot.
Can we just appreciate that was a callback to the Yellow trailer? That was a complete callback to her smashing the floor in the Yellow trailer.
That's true. Yeah, it was.
Oh, right.
Like, I literally was like, oh my god, that's exactly what she did in the Yellow trailer, and now it's in the new animation, and it looks beautiful.
Oh my god, that looks amazing.
Yeah, can we just say, like, KRWBY has extremely improved on their fight choreo, and that it's like it's so fluid and beautiful now, and it's just amazingly done.
It feels like RWBY again. The last
does.
few seasons haven't felt like RWBY.
They were trying to find their footing with there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and they think they finally found some footing, and they have a bigger team. They have more people in the writing and the animation staff, so they're able to do what they've wanted to do with the series for a long time, and you can see that.
I love RWBY's fight with Harriet is just great because it's just Harriet running around, RWBY trying to get her, and we think for a second that Harriet might have captured RWBY, but she flips around and catches Harriet instead.
Yeah, the old switcheroo.
And there's a lot of people bitching that Team RWBY shouldn't have won that fight, and I'm thinking to myself, no, they're perfectly in the right to win this fight because while the Softs are trained huntsmen, Team RWBY has.
They probably don't have much to do day to day.
No, Team RWBY has been out there. They have been battling Grimm for almost over a year now, basically acting like legit huntsmen, like with a license, even though they didn't have a license. And then on top of that, the Ace Ops pretty much trained them to hone the skills they already had to improve on them. So between the actual infield combat that they have been facing since pretty much the beginning of volume 4 to now, yeah, they're in a sense they're more experienced than the Aesops.
Yeah.
They have more, and also the fact that they work as a team when the Aesops really don't work as much as a team.
Oh, that's kind of going back to when after they got upgrades and basically Ruby's like, hey, what do y'all want to do? It's like, oh, we're just coworkers. We don't really look to each other as like close friends after work. We just and I don't know. I guess it's that bond that Team RWBY has that kind of helps them. Like,
yep, the fact
teamwork.
that they know how to work together and
they trust one another too.
Which also is why they have the one up on the Aesops.
True. Especially on Harriet, who seems to be the loneliest number.
Yeah, she's definitely, she was the one I think that really, she and Elm are the ones that really pushed that. Like, we're not a team, we're just, in the end, we're just, people following orders, and like that kind of stuff gets in the way of our stuff, and guess the joke's on them.
Yeah, it's like let's hear that old Aesop quote at once you're on the ground.
I find this
terrible at comebacks.
I find this screenshot funny because it's Harriet wrapping her arms or her legs around Ruby's head to try to subdue her. I find it funny because I've been looking through Twitter, and a lot of people are quote unquote jealous. That,
the whole "God, I wish that were me" thing.
Yeah.
She freaking Rey Mysterio'd Ruby.
Okay, this is what I'm thinking. Ruby's thinking, ah, shit! Did I leave the stove on?
I'm gonna burn the cookies.
Oh, better get some milk on the way.
Ah, shit! No, not working. Okay. Yeah.
Legs for days.
last bit was Weiss just saving Ruby. Harriet goes full speed at Ruby, trying to thinking if she'd get her, but gets knocked back by Weiss's ice wall.
Weiss Ice TM.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping Harriet would like power speed into the blade of the scythe and get cut in half.
Oof.
I know it's harsh, but
And a splitting headache for Harriet.
When there's a tracer trying to invade your point, but you may wall them.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, I would not have been
Rejected.
I would not have been unhappy that if she had died, to be honest. Though I know Ruby would never have killed her.
Yeah,
because both Team RWBY was for the most part trying to disengage them, trying to KO them at least, and that's exactly what they did. They KO'd all of the Aesops. Non-lethal.
Well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. About as non-lethal as you can get.
Yeah.
And then, of course, fucking Pedro and Maria come in.
Yeah, where the fuck did they come from exactly?
I loved that. And Maria's still fucking just the sassiest grandma on the planet. I love her.
This is the moment where they
ask us to
Well,
help.
this is where we get accused of aiding war criminals.
What? No, the best bit was Weiss looking up and just dropping Marrow's feet. It's like, bonk. Bonk. Well,
I feel
this shit's gonna happen.
I feel like that would be like the time where you insert the lines from Atlantis from the old chick that's the intercom speaker and just like put it into
God.
Maria and be just like, we're all gonna die.
Oh
Hang
my
on,
God,
Bob,
that's a
we're all gonna
reference and a
die.
half. Nothing personal.
Yeah, that
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in like 15 years.
It's a
yeah.
good
I fucking love that movie.
It is a good movie.
That's the only
I don't know.
movie. One of the only movies Disney should remake into
They
live
are, I
action.
believe.
No, they're not.
Are they not?
No,
But they turned it down.
Wow.
no, they're not doing that.
Wow.
Anyways,
Anyway.
yeah. Moving on to the next scene. Juniper versus Neo. This one was really
I wouldn't
interesting.
really call that a versus.
it's not a versus yet, but I am very concerned because they said Neo's going to do something that's going to make everyone hate her, and I very much worry for one of the Juniper members right now, specifically Ren or Nora.
I would worry for Ren right now.
Oh shit!
Like
Yeah.
I am very worried. We've seen what happens when couples get romantically confirmed.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I have an issue with two parts of that scene. So for one, apparently Neo is suddenly above killing people because she for some reason didn't just kill Oscar. I think
Yeah,
that's
I think
that's
Neo killed
that's
someone.
called well, she was gonna kill Yang until Raven showed up. But
And
Fair
then she
point.
was like, "Fuck this shit."
yeah,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
that's the
that
thing.
was
It's like
fine
she was
too,
she was about to stab Yang when she was defenseless. It's like, well, why would she hesitate to take out a farm boy? Oh, plot. That's why.
Yeah.
Real. That's number one, and then number two, did she suddenly step in super glue or something? Because Neo should have very easily dodged Oscar's punch.
Oh, yeah.
She was caught off guard, to be, in all honesty.
She just
Like,
stood there and watched him run at her. It's like, Neo, you dodged Yang's punches, which were thousands of times faster than his. Like,
but she was expecting Yang's punches. She wasn't expecting Oscar, this little like kid that she probably knocked out, to come out of fucking nowhere and just vibe check her.
I like this shot as Neo as Oscar looking over is like, ah shit, he woke up, didn't he?
yeah.
And
But
Nora's just
my
like, wait, confused?
my main concern is next week, because if Neo is going to do that thing that the fandom is going to hate her for, there's a couple theories. A, she's going to kill one of them, or B, she's going to turn into Pyrrha and face them like that.
Oh, that would
Yeah.
fucking, oh god.
That would
That's certainly
definitely
possible.
piss the fandom off, because, you know, that's a hitting hard.
Or she'll
like-
actually
she'll revert to her true
Oh wait,
form,
if she turns into
or she
Pyrrha?
comes Neo.
or she'll actually speak with her voice and it's not Russian.
She'll speak, and the first words out of her mouth are "fuck."
First fuck, everyone gets one.
Thank you, Family Guy, Spider-Man.
The first fuck of the series, and it's Neo, like getting her toe stabbed or hit by Nora's Magan Hill, and she goes "fuck."
She's just like,
Ooh, somebody's going robotic.
I already got to Mr. Roboto.
I think Penny has a short. Rip.
There we go.
Here comes
Yeah.
the boo.
No, if Neo stabs or even kills Ren,
really dirty Irish accent.
oh, Lord, really, that's where you went. If Neo stabs or even kills Ren, Nora will smash to high heaven.
I concern because I feel like a lot of people would drop the show if Ren died.
Because of Monty, yeah.
Well, not just that, just because a lot of people like Ren, and they like the fact that, you know, Nora and Ren are a thing, and the fact that there still doesn't seem to be a resolve between their conflict. Like, how are they gonna wrap up Ren's, like, bootlicker side story?
Excuse me, what?
Like, yes, sir! Like, this was never addressed. Like, they need to close that plot line before they, like, decide, oh, okay, we're gonna just... Neo's just gonna doink Ren, and he's gonna die.
Doink.
I mean, from what I've learned from like past shows, whether it be Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead, yeah, don't get too attached to characters.
Yeah.
Don't get too attached to redheads.
Yeah,
That's
not
the
in
thing.
RWBY.
But here's the thing: the casualty in this season was not a redhead, so now everyone's on the table at this point.
That's true.
This is true.
They finally killed a non-redhead other than Amber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the next scene on the list?
Winter and Penny.
Penny and
Okay.
Winter's scene.
Those are. It's like. Okay, so if there's a part of this episode that I really liked, it was that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I love this.
As a Winter fan, this was a good scene.
Yeah.
A cold heart to heart is what I had on my notes.
Yeah.
Boo.
Oh, come on.
Boo.
He's Winter.
Can I
Yeah,
ban
we
him?
know.
Wait,
We know,
yeah, I
JJ. That's
can't
why it's
ban
not
him.
funny.
No, yeah. Going back to the beginning of the episode, this happens right after RWBY warns everyone.
What about the martial law thing?
And Winter, this is really interesting
Can't do
look
it,
into
Ruby voice.
Winter's point of view, because we can see that she's very conflicted between her duty, her personal feelings, and
It's beautiful.
it's great.
I
Penny-
have been waiting for this for her for a long fucking time since she was introduced. I'll let you go because I have a lot to say because Winter is my favorite character. So
Penny, I love this because Penny is right on the ball when she's just like, our personal feelings do matter. You need to acknowledge them. Just let go and use the Force, Luke.
Just let it go, Elsa.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Too easy.
All right. All right. Okay, Kat, you can go.
Okay, so I have a lot. So first off, I just want to say I have a lot of fucking fears for the next episode because if this is going to be a repeat of Volume 3, that means Winter's probably going to die, and I really don't want her to die yet because she still has a lot of development to do.
I was right. They're straight gonna kill the Wind Maiden.
I'm so scared. Oh yeah, Winter Maiden power is going straight into Nora.
She's getting murked.
Yeah, like I'm worried. And there's a possibility
Look at me.
that they won't.
I am the Winter Maiden now.
They won't kill. There's a lot of ways this could go down, but like I really don't want Winter to die yet because she still has to go through the full thing of accepting her feelings. She has to realize that she didn't choose her destiny. She's not making it her own. She's just following orders. She needs to break away from that, and she needs to understand. Like that's what I hated about when she said, "Well, I made it my own." I'm like, "No, you fucking didn't. You're still following Ironwood's orders like a puppy."
Winter, be a good girl.
I'm 103% sure she just wants Ironwood's.
I mean, who doesn't? But also, like,
I mean, you gotta ask where the robot leg ends in that scenario.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
I mean,
Winter, shake.
as like, so
I mean,
like,
his nickname is Iron Daddy.
Stop.
Like, she needs to go through that whole thing, and also the fact that we haven't seen her since season 3, and like to kill her off now would be kind of shitty because she literally had like 10 minutes of screen time in season 3, and she's finally getting screen time in development. So it's like.
Justice for Winter. Let's get that hashtag trending.
I am okay if she like gets heavily injured, like if she fucking loses an eye or some shit, like I wouldn't be salty, but like don't kill her yet. She needs to grow out of the and Penny is helping her with that, and Penny is leading her down that development line, and it needs to start I've been wanting that to happen since she was introduced. She needs to find herself and realize that, there's a reason, like, she needs to find herself and start making her own decisions.
Winter needs a hug.
Yes, she does. She needs a hug and she needs a fucking reality check.
Just to de-stress, go build a snowman.
And I already know that there's probably going to be people listening to this who are going to be like, you're just, you're just speaking as a fangirl and your opinion sucks. And I'm going to be like, well, yeah, I am speaking as a fan. I'm sorry that I happen to be attached to probably one of the least, main characters of the series. But you know what? At least I'm not over here with shitty cold takes. I'm just giving Winter my love. Like, and I want to see her grow as a character, God forbid. So,
I
suck
agree.
on that, haters.
I mean, I'm there with you, wanting to see her like come to that realization that she has not been developing her destiny, because I don't know, like she's one of those characters that I want to see her succeed and just come up as, to realize that she's now going to have to come up to her own, like make her own decisions. Maybe not everything has to be followed by the book.
Considering that her sister's already doing that, and like, I was really hoping Weiss would be the push she needed, but I'm also very pleasantly surprised that Penny is that push.
I like the dynamic because it shows that Winter is more of a robot than Penny is.
That's the other thing I like about it.
I think that's the idea of it. Yep.
The moment when you realize Winter's just Christy Carlson Morano's character from Cadet Kelly, the old Disney Channel original movie.
Oh my god, that's a reference. Oh my god.
Jesus.
They're her exact character with white hair. That's the difference.
Coming out of left field with old school Disney references.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, seriously.
That's very old school.
God,
yeah,
that's what
like,
I'm for.
I never watched the show because it wasn't my shit, and now I just kind of want to go and watch it just to see this character.
Oh, Lord. Also, the fact that we have this Winter Maiden contraption bullshit again.
Yeah, she's like, I hope it's not painful for her, has flashbacks to Volume 3 with Amber. Oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck.
Painful it will be, my child.
Painful it will be.
That's what I was thinking about too.
Just look her in the eye, tell her, just keep her ear, and stab her in the face.
Look at me in the eyes. You love me, you love me, you love me. Die.
Oh my god, I have so much anxiety for next week because just use her teeth. Please do not kill her off.
Seriously, how do you wrap up the season finale that's gone on like this and built up so much in 18 minutes? You has to be 30 minutes or more.
Probably.
It's probably gonna be like what they did with the ending of Volume 3 and make it like a 30-minute episode.
I fucking hope so. And yes, I know we've already said that, but I still really hope so. Yeah. Penny is trying to get through to Winter's. Like, I understand, but it's still.
Also, yeah, no, fuck that noise. That also Penny looking at Cinder being like, wait a minute, you're one of the people responsible for killing me. And then fucking Cinder being, the bitch she is, being like, how does that make you feel? And Penny pulls out the goddamn swords. This gives me personal feelings. Yes,
that was
bitch.
nice. That's what's called the Pinocchio moment right there. I am a real girl.
Who's there? Boom, 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 Cinder falls.
Just... this is gonna sound horrible and people are gonna hate me for it, but I just want Cinder to fucking die at this point.
Yes, please.
And
she should have died forever ago.
Through the heart.
Like, I love her design. I really liked her as a antagonist from seasons 1 and 3. Like, I liked her arc through that. But now my problem with her is that she just keeps showing up, doing something horrible, and then getting her ass handed to her.
And
because here's the thing.
Like, every time she's on screen, I have super anxiety. Like, what the fuck is gonna go wrong?
Yeah, like, I want her. If like, I don't care at this point. Like, I hope that these two can kick her ass into submission. That would be great. Granted, I really wanted either like Neo or Ruby or Jean to have the final blow, but seeing my favorite kill probably my least favorite. Would be great. And also I feel like it would be good for Penny if she also probably got the final blow, because technically Cinder is responsible. I mean, technically it was Emerald, but Emerald was under Cinder, Cinder told her to fucking do that, because Cinder's also the one that told Emerald, hey, make the illusion that Yang broke Mercury's knee so that way she gets framed for murder.
Slave, do this. Yes, mommy.
Yeah, like, so, and also if they kill Cinder, then it's gonna be like, well, who did she think of last? And that would give Emerald character development if she got the Maiden Powers next.
That
That'd
would
be
be
cool.
really interesting.
I was saying that'd be a cool idea, but like we'll see how it goes. I liked Cinder as a villain from volume 1 through 3. She was very, very good at what she was doing, but then like she just keeps showing up, fucking shit over, and then keeps coming back. Like the fact that she was alive at the beginning of volume 6 really pissed me off, and it's like I get it, they needed her so that way they could reintroduce Neo back into the story, because Neo is a fan favorite, and they did say she was coming back, and it would make sense for Neo to team up with Cinder. But like, I'm really, really tired of Cinder. She still hasn't gotten a backstory. She's just I'm getting tired of her, and I know people who are listening to this are probably really gonna hate that opinion, and I'm gonna get attacked. But
I mean, the last thing that I want for Cinder is I just want a fucking like backstory or a fucking motive, because I just want to see why did she become this.
Just
You
keep
know?
hearing this robot in the background. Man, I don't know. I don't know who that is, but
It's Chandler.
Internet connection is not good, my dude.
which sucks when you're trying to do a thing like this, because it's like you want to
Yeah.
get your opinion out, but you can't because,
Yep.
internet's fighting against you. And I don't know about you, but I get really frustrated when that happens, and I throw my
fuck
computer
yeah.
across the screen.
So this is what I'm thinking. Like,
Why were they stealing all that dust in
depending-
season 1 if they never used it?
Yeah, there's that.
my only
Roman
question.
was more interesting. Roman was more interesting as a villain, and he just did it for funsies, but he was more interesting.
He was more interesting.
You know what? I actually agree with that statement. I don't know why, but I just do.
I wonder why. It's not like Torchwick is in your username right now or anything like that.
It's not like I voice him for anything. It's, I'm just a casual observer. I'm just a casual fan. What are you talking about? Get off my back.
Get on my back, Mom! Leave me alone!
Neo.
You can't see it. You can't see it, but he's wearing the hat.
Stop calling me out. Son of a bitch.
I have very, very, very heavy feelings about Roman and how he was done heavily dirty, but that's a discussion for
You
another
know what?
time.
I completely concur with that statement. I like this girl.
Thank you. Roman Torchwick.
Just my unpopular
Opinion
hunch?
is the word you're looking for.
Well, opinion, hunch, whatever. For Cinder, this is I don't know. I feel like her way, and Salem actually gives like zero fucks and a shit about Cinder anymore. And
I have no doubts that Salem gives zero fucks about Cinder now.
The way Salem
True.
kind of said something, it sounded like she was basically punishing her kid. So I
Yeah.
feel like Salem does care about Cinder, but Salem, for the most part, will put her fuck, what's the word? What is the word I'm looking for? Her plans before
plans?
anyone else. Yeah.
Y'all know the fan art of Salem and like baby Cinder, young Cinder.
Mm-hmm.
no.
That's basically how I thought of that.
Gotcha. What I was trying to get at was, I'm thinking like, since Cinder's kind of on her own tangent of her quest for power, I'm just thinking, since because aren't the rumors are that we're going to be in Atlas for the next 2 volumes or something like that?
Yeah, they said
okay.
volume 7 and 8 were gonna like very, very, very much like tie together heavily and be very, 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 very plot focused. And apparently, volume 9 is gonna be shorter.
Okay,
It's probably gonna be another traveling season.
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. Since the big bad witch is on her way with her flying monkeys, I get that reference. Anyways,
The wicked bitch of the west.
if they're about to be stormed and Cinder has no way of getting out and she's stuck in between these two like conflicting groups, I feel like they're gonna like end up pulling like a she's gonna have to pull like some short alliance either with with Team RWBY and the goodies. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Cinder?
That's just how I'm trying. Yeah, this is how I'm like deciphering her and Neo. Like this is me trying to dissect and hypothesize. I mean, that's just my unpopular opinion, and just what I'm trying to decipher out of the story so far of what they might go to. But hey, you never know.
I would be a little upset if Cinder just decided to team up with RWBY all of a sudden, considering how much she blames RWBY for, completely failing her mission from getting the relic from Vale. And I mean, yeah, she has the maiden powers, but also got heavily fucked in the process. So she blames RWBY for everything. I mean, granted, right now her goal is to get the relic and obtain the Winter Maiden powers. Because even Neo was like, wait a minute, aren't we going after RWBY? And Cinder was like, no, we're doing this. This is what I want to do, and you're going to come with me with it. And Neo's like, are you fucking kidding me, bitch?
I still honestly hope that Neo is going along with Cinder just to kill her, because I can't
I'm sure
see
she
that.
is.
I can't see
Remember?
Neo
Absolutely.
blame Cinder.
The
Torchwick
needle of that
even
umbrella is
said-
going through Cinder's other eye.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Torchwick
yes.
even said at one point,
Please.
if you can't beat them, and that's where it
If
cuts
you
off.
can't beat them.
Exactly, and that's exactly what Neo is doing, and I really
Yeah.
don't think Neo is that fucking dumb
No.
to just join. She knows she can't beat Cinder right now because Cinder has maiden powers. So she has to get her to trust her before she can do anything to her. She has to catch Cinder at like a very, very like weak moment before she can be like, okay, bitch, I'm done with you.
Hopefully.
Done well, my young apprentice.
Oh, Jesus.
I know we're just. I know. Like
know how that ends.
I think we all know that she's gonna betray Cinder. And what's so funny is Cinder was actually dumb enough to trust someone else to get close to her like that. Because it's like, okay, did we forget Raven? Did we forget what Raven just did to you? So you're gonna turn around right after you get out of that near-death experience because of trusting somebody and trust someone else? The fuck?
Also, complete bullshit.
Show us Taeyang and Raven.
Yeah.
Dude, Taeyang and Raven though. I wonder
Taeyang
what the
and
hell they've
Raven.
been doing this
Taeyang,
whole time.
Raven,
Oh,
and
we
their
know
third
what
baby.
they
I mean, we can take a guess.
We
They- they-
know
call
what
it
they
the
do.
Bow chicka wow wow.
There's gonna be a third
There we
sister
go.
in a minute.
Oh yeah.
We know that they fucking.
They fucking
Yeah.
fought.
They're sealing the deal.
Oh god.
For the second time, they're gonna get twins, boy.
Oh
God.
dear. That would be interesting.
Oh lord.
All of a sudden, Ruby's got twin brothers, and it's just, would that make Yang or Ruby more like him possible?
Yang, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, you dweebs, or whatever she called him. Anyway,
Yeah.
hey, you guys were referencing old Disney shit too, so hush.
I appreciate it.
I could do it too, damn it.
No, you can't.
Especially since my callback to Christy Carlson Romano is the voice of Kid.
That's true. We have
High
come
five.
full circle. Yeah, I'm gonna head to the bathroom real quick, so I'm gonna.
Okay.
Take us
yes.
with you. I mean, what?
Excuse the hell out of me. What?
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 I would.
I
So-
beg your pardon.
So moving into the last scene, I want to give Josh Grill the biggest of fucking props because
Yeah.
he plays the voice of Tyrion and he goes fucking all out.
I think I'm pretty sure he even
okay.
said.
Oh,
Sorry about that. Sorry. I think he even said like at one point that Tyrion is so far out of what he's used to playing that he really enjoys being Tyrion because it's such a different role for him. Because Josh Grell is known as kind of like the dark angsty boys like Tokoyami, and if you're a Psychopaths fan, he was the voice of Ginoza in the dub. So this is a completely like different spectrum for him, and he likes the fact that it's a completely different thing, and I think he's said that before.
I can
I'm not gonna-
tell he's having a lot
Yeah.
of fun in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Last episode today because I got Devon caught up and stuff, and yeah, whenever he's talking to Robin, I honestly I thought he all of a sudden like he went Joker all of a sudden, like oh my god,
Yeah.
I got
I
I
could
got like
hear that.
serious chills.
I could hear that, yeah.
Yeah, I love Josh Greeley playing like crazy, dude. It's like fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also like the memes coming out of that scene where he has the fucking captain hat and people are like, look at me. I'm the captain now. It's like, God damn it, guys. Stop.
Yeah, why didn't I think of that?
But yeah,
He was
going
as
to-
effective as the captain of the Titanic.
Oof. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, big yikes. Yeah, going back to the beginning of the episode again. We start off with Clover finding out that Ironwood has called for Crow's arrest along with Team Ruby and Jennifer
And
and
Oscar.
Oscar by association. So
Which
yeah,
that- Sucks because Oscar's
How did he have a picture of Oscar?
Yeah.
Elysian
I
He's a
don't know.
technology.
child.
Yeah.
Like, to give the others their license, driver's license photo.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how he got no. I don't know. how
I
he
know
got the
that's
photo.
not what's important, but I really don't like Clover, so I'm trying to focus on that before I destroy
Oh, are we on the
him
are
later.
we on the fight now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
on
that.
I've got
We're-
some things to say about this.
Stupid motherfucker deserved his
Oh,
death,
boy.
and I'm glad he's gone.
They okay.
God damn.
Here's my question.
Hot
Why
takes,
is it that
everybody.
the-
Hot takes.
Very. My question is, why is it that the insane guy of the bunch was the only one with any brains in that entire episode when it came to that cluster of people?
Because
Okay.
fucking plot and writing.
Plot
We're
and
in a
writing.
sealed aircraft.
There
And-
He
was
doesn't know
not-
Crow can turn into a bird.
There was not an ounce of brain power between
They're
them.
headed to where he would go to be arrested anyway.
They all
So-
share
And
one
no,
brain
you know
cell, and
what?
Tyrion has it right now.
I said this in our spoilers chat on the KRWBY channel like the week before. I said, I swear to God, if Clover tries to arrest Crow in midair, some fight's gonna happen and Tyrion's gonna escape. And what the hell happened? And it
Tyrion
was just,
escaped, and
yep,
it was
And
at-
Robin was
at a
useless
cost.
again.
right.
Okay,
So here's my
Dumbass fucking crossbow thing.
So-
God, I
so-
hate Robin.
Damn it, Robin.
God damn it, Robin, indeed. So okay, let me go through the list of things I had wrong with this fight.
Go, boy,
Uh,
go.
Oh
Let's
Jesus!
see. Let me pull it back up. All right, here's number one. This is a nine part list. Okay,
I
so-
love controverting opinions, by the way.
I was gonna
love
say because I've got I will have the positives if everyone else gets the negatives out because I have a lot of good things to say about this whole
Sweet,
entire scene.
nice.
all right. So number one, Clover tried to arrest Crow while transporting a serial killer.
Fucking
Yeah,
stupid
Just,
idiot.
that's just real.
Fucking man.
Because
Don't
it's
forget
like,
he's
it's like,
also a terrorist.
Clover, you realize you could cause a scuffle, right? And you realize that could let Tyrion, the agent of Salem, get away. Okay, then number two, and besides, Tyrion wasn't exactly all that secured anyway. Anyway,
Mm.
number
Really
two.
wasn't.
Number two,
He was
Robin.
bungee cord to a desk.
Number two, Robin decided to fight, which was really stupid on her part.
Dumbass fucking.
See?
God damn it.
Crow, for about 3 seconds, actually had a brain in his head, and he was like, hey, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't do this. And then, but here's the thing. He didn't try to stop it. He's just like, okay, fuck it. Why not? Now, see, Tyrion did something unexpected. I didn't expect him to crash the ship. I expected him to jump out of the ship, but whatever. It was a very Tyrion thing for him to do.
Yeah.
I'd imagine scorpions don't have great landing strategies.
I'll keep that in mind.
That
Yeah,
is
there you go.
It's because he wasn't thrown
No.
off a cliff.
Now, see,
Yikes.
here's number three.
Okay.
Nobody secured that bastard after the crash. So Crow and Clover just decide, hey, you know what? Let's have a 1v1. Crow's like, hey, I'm going to check on Robin. I'm not going to check on
You
the
were my
deranged
brother,
mass killer
Anakin.
that- I'm not going to change. I'm not going to
Jesus.
check on the deranged mass killer that could potentially be loose right now. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to get into a fight with Clover, which is stupid on both of their parts because
I'll also
either
use
one
this
of them-
other person's life as leverage.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so then number 4, when they actually started fighting, and Tyrion predictably
still
got
fighting.
free of his restraints, in the most Tyrion way possible.
In the most Tyrion way possible, yeah.
He is a total freaking masochist, just saying. But anyway,
Yeah, he is.
so you could tell he likes pain. Like, you could tell that from the fight from
He
earlier in the fight, too.
literally orgasmed when his fucking finger broke.
Yeah, that was
I never wanted
He had it.
The
list of
hard
things I
on
never
was
wanted to
real.
see. A list of things I never wanted to see was Tyrion's O face. Anyway,
Tyrion's owl guy face. Please.
anyway, so
Oh my god. Sorry, I had a really bad idea. I will
Oh,
save
no.
it for the end.
Okay.
If you guys don't mind, because you're on your points list.
Is
okay.
it just
So-
me, or is the when all three of them were fighting, was anyone else getting a Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest vibe? Where
Ooh.
the stupid
Yeah.
wheel scene.
yeah, I was getting that vibe.
I'd never seen.
But
that
but
movie.
now that it was either Chandler or Josh, whenever they just did Revenge of the Sith, I'm like, oh god damn it, now I can't get it out of my head.
Yeah,
Alright,
that's
so
true.
number.
You are my brother, Anakin. I love you.
Anyway,
In my eyes,
so-
the Jedi are evil.
Then you are lost.
all right. So number 4.
Boy.
So Clover, my man, Clover, you absolute moron, you. Okay, so
Math
Clover kept yanking Crow away from Tyrion.
Tyrion. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, you're right.
So he kept yanking Crow away from Tyrion instead of helping him bring Tyrion down, thereby
Yeah.
inexplicably prioritizing a political prisoner who he knows poses absolutely no threat to the casual citizen, to the public.
Whose arrest warrant comes with no evidence,
Over-
proof, or
over-
explanation from a paranoid authoritarian.
Yeah.
Well, there's
This is
that.
true.
And then it's like it prioritizes him over a deranged mass murderer agent of Salem. Clover, your brain got shut off by that crash, buddy. Okay, so then number
Dumbass.
As
number
I
Fucking
five.
said,
horseshoe
the
throwing
brain
piece of
cell was
shit.
there was one. Everyone shared one brain cell, and Tyrion was the one with the brain cell.
Yeah. All right, so number 5. It leapt from Crow to Tyrion the moment Crow decided to fight. That's what it was. All right, so brain cells like, nope, I'm out.
Dude,
number 5.
fish and rod.
Number 5. Oh my god, number 5 and number 4 are just as stupid as one another. So number 5, Crow teaming up with Tyrion.
Yes.
What the
Yeah.
hell was that?
Oh my god, yes. What the fuck?
I'm
Bro.
going to settle I'm going to help you take this guy down so I can settle a grudge with you later instead of, I don't know, taking you down because you're a deranged mass murderer. You
I
can
will-
potentially stab me in the back at any moment.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I have my opinion on that.
Foreshadowing.
But once again, I will save that for when
Exactly.
you're done. So I'm making notes as I do.
Okay. Number 6.
Nice.
Tyrion made one dumb decision the entire time. And it even wasn't that dumb. It was more of a tactical move than anything else. So I can see why he did it. So there was one time when Crow was knocked out of the battle and Tyrion, instead of impaling him, decided to shove him back into the battle with his tail. I thought that
Oh,
was
yeah.
a little bit dumb, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I could see that maybe
Let's see.
Tyrion wants Crow to help him weaken Clover. That makes sense, I
Mhm,
guess.
mhm.
And knowing that Crow and Clover probably are going to battle each other to a stalemate, this probably works out better for him.
Yeah.
So fair enough. Maybe it's not so dumb. Number 7, though. Okay, Crow gets Harbinger yanked out of his hand, and Tyrion's on the ground tied up. What do you do in this situation if you're Crow? Do you A, go get Harbinger and arrest Tyrion? Just turn on him, because why wouldn't you?
Mhm.
Or B, do you just leave your weapon on the ground and run up and liver punch Clover? Yeah.
Combo breaker.
I'm going to go with B for some reason. What the hell is the writing on this episode? Okay, and then
Look, a motherfucker throws a horseshoe at you, he's going down.
yeah, okay.
Chandler.
Number
I
8.
hate it so much.
Number 8.
Why?
Yeah, that was dumb. All right, number 8.
Motherfucker has at least 2 horseshoes on him at all times.
Number 8. So Clover,
And they're not on his shoes, which is worse.
for some stupid reason that I will never understand, hey, you know what? I'm going to turn my back on the deranged killer, and Crow clearly doesn't have his weapon. I wonder who could possibly have that weapon and where he might be and what he might do. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to stand up and give this little one-liner about this one-liner that was exactly the same as Ironwood's in The Office, saying, "Sometimes the right thing to do, whatever the fuck." I don't even know what his line was. I don't care. It
Also,
was dumb.
best silhouette of the episode.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. That clip was brought to us by Frank Miller, aka the maker of Sin City 3, the Clover Edition.
Also, the fact that it was paralleling when Adam cut Yang's arm off. It was the same exact like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, that really that hurted.
And then
God
here we
damn.
go with number 9. This one isn't as dumb as some of the others. I will concede that. Number
Okay.
9 was Crow didn't decide to go after Tyrion.
Oh
Even though
my
Clover
god.
was
yes.
clearly dead. So it's like, okay, I kind of get that. But at the same time, it's like Crow, you know, he had the brain power to put together that he's going to be framed for Clover's death. Because Tyrion basically told him as much. He's like, "Oh, you mean like you killed Clover?" And then Crow just looks down at his weapon like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna get framed for this." But instead of
And we're
going
gonna go to
instead of
jail.
go- yeah,
And we're
instead of
gonna
going
frame you for murder.
I would say going after Tyrion's probably the better option at that moment, but
Yeah.
it's
but
not
he
the
instead
dumbest
stops.
thing.
He
It's not
instead-
the dumbest
Also,
thing.
kind of shell.
instead.
He was slightly shell shocked by everything that was going
Yeah.
on. So
Yeah.
like he had a lot of like
I can give him
fucking
that.
emotion right there.
Right.
Like he literally
Yeah.
just saw probably the closest thing he's had to a friend since Ty die right in front of his eyes.
True. So that was like
Good.
that was the last one on the list, and again, that one less dumb than a lot of the others. Because I can see it's kind of like number 6 with Tyrion pushing Crow back into the battle. It's like, okay, yeah, it probably wasn't choice that made the most sense, but you can see why they did it. You know?
Also, a lot of people in the end shot are comparing the shot to Evangelion.
Huh,
Never seen it.
I think I know which one you're talking about. That
like
sucks.
the last
It's
scene.
the coma scene.
Oh God, no! How
That's
about
the
we
only
don't?
thing I know about Evangelion.
No,
No.
man.
I've never
Oh.
watched Evangelion in my life.
Neither of
Uh,
them.
I
I'll
would
let
say
you explain the coma scene.
I would say it's not for everybody, but if you want to give it a shot, definitely give it a shot.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
That coin.
Also, Crow's just cry of anguish is heartbreaking.
That was
Jason-
really
We
well
got to
done.
meet the voice
Correct.
actor at Ikiko.
Jason Liebrecht is killing it as Crow right now, and
Yeah.
I am just, oh my god, he
I
is
know,
just
lucky bastard,
killing
you
it
gotta
right
meet him.
now.
Oh,
I-
hey,
yeah,
we're
I got
actually
to-
gonna get to. He's gonna be at Comic-Con this week. Coming next
Yep.
weekend.
I'll
I hope
definitely go
he's
and
at
see him.
RTX because I didn't get a chance to
Ditto.
meet him with Elizabeth Maxwell at Otakon, and I was really sad because I was overbooked with shit. So
Yeah.
I really hope he's at RTX.
Guy was
Uh,
super
but-
nice. He was thrilled about all the positive reinforcement he got his Crow so far.
He is
Yeah.
he is a really nice guy.
He is.
Like I got to meet him at Anime Weekend Atlanta, and actually ran an errand for him. Actually,
Oh, nice.
That's
We
cool.
talked
Yeah.
about how I cried when Bloodwing died in Borderlands.
Katie, funny enough, Katie was actually running his autograph table the whole weekend.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty dang cool. But
Yeah.
Jason was a really nice guy. Like I got to go talk to him for a few minutes, between his autographs and everything. And and of course, our episode of RWBY came out while we were. I think it was the first chapter of RWBY came out while we were at Anime Weekend Atlanta, and so I got to go up there after the fact and say, "Hey, man, you did a great job" and stuff like that. And he was really thankful. So it was really cool.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah,
He
definitely is.
Nailing it so far. Like, just, oh my god, his scream, "I'll kill you," was, oh my crow, my fucking bird is dead.
What?
I have a lot of emotions for Crow. I apologize.
Crow's good boy needs a hug.
Let the man be happy.
Let him be happy. give him a relationship. Gay, straight, it doesn't matter. Give him.
It doesn't matter, just let him be happy.
Let him be
Also,
happy.
new thought.
Yes.
New thought. It's impossible to arrest Crow because all clothes and handcuffs and all that disappear when he turns into that thing he can do, a bird,
Yeah, the bird.
which
I wonder-
can't be handcuffed.
I wonder if he just forgets that he can do that sometimes. I
Turn me into a
honestly-
bird, Ruby.
I turned into a bird. It's a curse.
I'm a bird.
Is that a bad
It's nothing but beneficial.
No, you don't understand. He turned me into a bird. I
What
can't
do you
that
do
voice
with a
to
drunken
save my
sailor? What do you do with a...
life. I cannot do a crow voice to save my life. I'm
My
sorry.
boyfriend can do a really good crow voice, but
I've
he,
heard
I
him.
can't.
I've heard him.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, but I do not want to peer pressure him right now to do it.
By the way, I love the cosplay in your profile picture.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
What Alessandro, one of our members, also had a theory that next episode or next season, Crow's gonna just fuck off for a bit.
He might. I'm
He-
worried he's gonna. I'm worried he's gonna hit the bottle again.
I
Right,
know,
he's
I'm
gotta
worried
drink.
too, but I also feel like there's a possibility they might do it where he like goes to and he's like, no, that didn't fix it last time or the times before that. It's not gonna fix it now. The only thing that's gonna fix it is action, and I
You're
need to
right.
actually be the huntsman that I was trained to be. He's also got his nieces. His niece.
Fucking
So
goddamn Clover. God, I'm glad he's dead.
Is Nico nieces?
his
nieces.
Are we ever gonna get resolution why Ren was always weird around him?
I don't know. I don't think that was actually a thing between Ren and Clover. I think that was just a thing that Ren did.
Ren can see forward in time
I wonder.
in relations to great deaths.
So
It's a very limited power.
So, yeah, I liked this scene personally. This is probably
The fights looked amazing.
Oh my god, the
They
fight
were.
scene!
Even if
it
it is
was
a
so
goddamn fucking
Crow
horseshoe.
using the scythe version of Harbinger is just they've gotten so good at animating it now because for the longest time he barely used the scythe form because I guess they didn't really know what to animate it with, and now he's just basically he's using it in so many different ways and they just know what
He's
they're doing
dead.
now, and it's just beautiful and I love it, and it's just I could go on forever because Crow is like my favorite male character in the show. So it's like other than Roman, but like the fight scene was beautiful. I understand why people hated the scene. I personally thought it was a good scene. I get some of the dumb shit that happened. I usually am just like, yeah, it's plot and also the fact that everyone was literally acting on raw emotion at that point.
And
Because if it
also, they're all almost certainly have concussions.
yeah. Just the fact
If
that
not
like,
internal hemorrhaging.
and the thing is, I really don't think Crow intentionally teamed up with Tyrion. I think, because it also didn't help that every time fucking Crow would try to go after Tyrion, Clover would be like, oh, nope.
Fucking
then, like,
goddamn fishing
so it's
rod.
like, at that point,
you, yeet.
at that point, Crow was like, okay, well, I have, in order to get Tyrion to stop, I have to stop Clover because he's the immediate fucking thing in the way right now of facing off with Tyrion. Because every time he tried to take Tyrion on, Clover would try to like get in his way and try to quote unquote arrest him instead of teaming up with him to take Tyrion down and then maybe trying to figure out their differences.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Crow didn't necessarily team up with Tyrion. Tyrion was egging the two on the whole time, like when he pushed him back into the fray, because he wanted to see them fight. He wanted to see their conflict. He wanted to see them duke it out until he could catch them off guard and find a way to get the hell out of that situation.
Like
'Cause
he
he knew
said,
if he just-
like you said in the beginning, it was all show to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's so like I really don't necessarily think he teamed up with Tyrion because he felt like he had to. It's just the way the fight was working out because he stared at him more like, are you fucking kidding me? And Tyrion was just like
I think Tyrion was laughing because part of him couldn't believe.
yeah, probably.
But
Tyrion's like, you dumb motherfuckers.
It's like,
Like, the odds of
you
this
actually
working are
are insane.
astronomical.
You dumb bitch.
but
You ignorant slut. Also, Tyrion. So when you were talking about Tyrion's O face, I'm like, well, instead of Ahogai shirts at conventions, why don't we all get a picture of
No.
Tyrion's face in that position and just make sweaters out of it? Because at least
Make a sweater out of it and then give it to Josh Greeley at a convention.
Oh my god!
There's a
Poor
new
Josh
product
Grove.
idea.
Tyrion Ahogai. Oh, Ahogai.
Here you go.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go.
That word.
Fucking sweaters.
We all
Tyrion O-Face.
Tyrion
It's a
O-face
porn
sweaters. And it's like the cheapest thing you can buy on RT site. It's like $19.99, and it's a solid $19.99. Just do it, RT. Give me a crow plushie and a Tyrion O-face sweater.
Tyrion O-face sweater. Now, I never thought I'd hear that in my life.
Well, you just did. You're welcome.
It'd be a great gag gift.
Oh my god.
It'd be like, hey, you know how you said you like those
And then it's
anime
Tyrion from
girls
Game of Thrones.
making drooly faces? Yeah? Oh, I got you a sweater with that. You did? Let me see it. What the fuck is that?
What is that? What the fuck is that?
What is
With Tyrion from Game of Thrones.
Yo, I would wear that unironically to a con. I would just be like, yeah, what's up, man?
I love the two art pieces at the end of the episode in the credits. Like the first one is RWBY versus Aesop's, and the second is Penny versus Cinder.
Penny versus Cinder, yeah. Oh, I didn't
love
see
it.
that.
That.
I mean, it's not like a spoiler or anything. But
Anxiety, so much anxiety for next week.
I hope Penny fucking just guillotines Cinder. I would love nothing more than to see all of
Cinder's
those
head
swords
needs
just
to
go
be
straight
chopped
up her
off.
face.
What if Penny gets the Fall Maiden powers and Winter gets the Winter Maiden powers?
Please?
That would just be fan-fucking-tastic. Then we could have the buddy cop show we didn't know we needed.
Winter and Penny.
Maiden, starring Winter Schnee as the Winter Maiden. You would have, in all due respect, sir, you would have to pay me. And Penny as the Fall Maiden. I'm combat ready.
This gives me
Together,
personal feelings.
together, they take down the most wanted criminal in all of Atlas.
At this point, that's Ironwood.
It's like Hot Fuzz, but with Winter and Penny.
Nice.
Time on RWBY Volume 7.
I'll say it again. It's not murder if they're a tyrant. That's justice.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Just hack his arm and leg so he can't fight or walk.
what if Penny does the same thing to Cinder as was
Leave
done
him in
to
a really
her?
humid room so he gets rusty.
Like, she fucking slices her the way she was sliced.
Into quarters.
That would be poetic justice.
So that's what a human meat person looks like on the
I mean,
inside.
we've already seen a man get fucking cleaved in the chest, split open, blood pour out. Like, Rooster Teeth is upping their murder game. In the
Yay!
show. Like
They should let Ryan Haywood write some deaths. That would get wonky.
I'm just super nervous for next week's episode.
Oh shit, we're gonna be at Ant, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. So I don't know how we're gonna do the last episode. We might do it Monday, might do it Sunday, might do it Saturday. Who knows? We'll see.
Well, that's a mood because me and JD will both be at Comic-Con.
Yeah. So we'll let you guys know. But
It's
yeah,
a big con week.
yeah, big con week. So yeah. Any other thoughts, anxieties, theories for next episode?
Prayer Circle
Why
for
the
Winter
fuck?
Sea.
Why the fuck would Yang and Blake admit to a paranoid lunatic that they lied and fucking gave away secret Black Ops information to a person at the time who was a vigilante? Just lie to him and say, oh, she used her fucking semblance on us. She got the drop on us and made us... Like, that no arrest happens in that scenario. Lie to the bastard.
Well, because that probably would have. Because honestly, if they didn't, it probably would have gotten them into deeper shit later on.
Probably.
So at the time, I feel like Yang, because of how she felt with Ruby keeping the Salem thing from Ironwood, she was probably like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest, because we've seen what happens when you fucking lie, and I'm just gonna do it. Just take the bullet, and she did, and oh shit.
And it got Clover killed. And let Tyrion escape.
Yeah.
Again!
And Robin's probably
It's a
bleeding
domino.
internally.
It is a domino effect. It is what we like to. It's just one thing after another gets knocked down.
This
and it
is
keeps
Crow's
going.
semblance come to life.
I really hope he doesn't blame
I
himself.
guess we
for
found
this.
out whose
Oh my
semblance was
God.
stronger, and it was Crow's.
Well, here's the thing, and somebody made a very valid point. Does your semblance stop working when your aura gets dissipated?
This is a very good question.
I believe
Because
so.
I
Would
think
opposing semblances cancel each other out?
That's
You
what
ca-
the entire thing of Crow and Clover's basically quote unquote relationship was. They canceled each other out.
yeah, because like I'm thinking to myself, I think the reason Clover lost his luck is because at that point his aura died, and then his semblance got shut off, and then Crow's semblance pretty much overshadowed everything, possibly.
I wouldn't doubt it. I could see that actually happening.
Why would he ever step foot on an aircraft and can fly next to it, keeping everyone else inside potentially 100% safer?
Because we haven't seen him turn into a bird since Volume 6.
I know, just thinking here, like, if you know you're bad
True.
luck and shit just goes wrong around, why get in a spacecraft with the people you love instead of, trailing behind it? Like, oh, I'll be like 20 minutes after y'all, but,
Well,
you'll make it
because
there alive, for sure.
half of the character development for Crow was to stop blaming himself for everything that happens.
There's a difference
So
for blaming yourself
letting
and
himself
practicality.
and actually letting himself get close to the people he loved, because half the reason he stayed away from Team RWBY, like the reason he slept far away from Team RWBY when they were
On the
like
road.
when they on the road and shit like that, is because he was afraid that his semblance would cause issues. But half the character development from all of this is the fact that he's trying to stop blaming himself for everything, and even actually give himself some credit and get close to the people he actually loves. And that's why everyone's so scared for Crow now, because the one person who's actually kind of giving him that sort of push, other than his niece, is now dead, and it's possible he might go back to blaming himself for. Because in episode 3, when Clover says that he's good luck and shit, Crow has a kind of sort of like, oh great, somebody with good luck semblance that they actually could use other than me. But fucking Clover kept reaffirming Crow, these kids wouldn't be here without you. You're like, they look up to you. You should be proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's afraid for Crow because they're afraid he's gonna fucking relapse again as bad as he did in Volume 6. Because let me tell you, that was fucking hard to watch.
Oh, it very much.
Yeah.
I miss
And-
Crow and Jean's bitchiness when they were traveling. I really like that back and forth they had.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're I don't think Crow is gonna relapse as hard, because I think if the character development does go through, he's gonna be like, you know what, I can't keep blaming myself for the shit. I have to keep pushing forward.
He's got to own
Because
it.
he loves, especially because he knows how the drinking affected his niece. I feel like he probably will be tempted, but he'll be like, no. Similar, because we've seen him reject alcohol
Mm-hmm.
and be fine. So I think he might attempt to go back to it, but I feel like there might be a point where he throws his flask into the abyss of the snow.
Could be interesting.
Yeah, I think that would be a good turning point for Crow, because even with Clover's semblance not there, and just him, not like he just needs to stop blaming himself for everything. So while I have my concerns for Crow, I really really think that I really don't think KRWBY would totally go backwards from Volume 6. Because we saw Crow at his lowest at Volume 6. I don't think he can get lower.
I hope
really
he
don't.
keeps his flask, but just keeps like hot chocolate in there now.
He
'cause
just
it's all the
Coffee.
fucking.
he just
It's
keeps some
cold
happy.
all the time, so he's like, it's cocoa, it's hot, it's cold as shit out here, Ruby.
He just starts drinking coffee.
Do you want some? I could share. Do you know how expensive a personalized flask was?
True. No, he's like, I keep my hot happy juice here.
Not happy juice. Yeah.
Your metal.
Oh
had
my
his
god, I'm
happy
sorry, Chandler. This sounds really funny on my head.
But yeah, so that was the episode, the penultimate episode. So
Penultimate mean final.
no, it means the second to last.
Pre finale.
Then why is the
Oh dear.
Oof, oof.
Oh, word. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Chandler,
final Lemony Snicket book
Ask afterwards. Ask
called
afterwards.
ask afterward, Chandler.
penultimate
Ask afterwards. But
bitch.
yeah. Deep breaths, everybody. Deep breaths for the finale.
I don't.
Professor Bummer
Everyone went quiet for a second, then I was told to ask something. I don't know.
No, yeah.
I'm gonna get annoyed.
You went roboto. So ask
You-
after stream.
Heavily roboto.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We'll have to see what happens next week, next episode. Hopefully it'll be 30 minutes or longer. We'll let's see. So yeah, thank you guys for coming by. It was great having you all.
You're welcome.
Having us.
And we'll let you know when we decide to do a recap for the finale. Might be during the weekend, might be after the con, but we'll definitely let you guys know. We'll also be doing like Volume 7 recap overall in the next week or two. So we'll let you guys know when we do that if you all want to do that.
Cool. Alrighty.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone in the live stream and live chat enjoyed our discussion on the episode. I think this style of actually going through the completed scenes for each episode is a bit better than going like chronological. So we'll try that next week as well. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy it. Let us know in the comments what you want to see more of. Again, hit all those buttons because YouTube doesn't like any of us. So. Especially the notification bell. That one we care about more than the subscribe and the like button. So hit that. We'll see you guys next week. Guys, later.
Swadanya.
Bye.
Bye.